Hi everybody, how is everybody doing on this beautiful day? Well, welcome to Evidence of Bigfoot episode 6. In this episode we're going to be talking about Bigfoot and waterways. Does he travel them or doesn't he? Right here on Evidence of Bigfoot. This time in the episode we're going to be walking a little bit of Pitt Trail, University of Pitt Trail. Not only am I getting some exercise, I'm also looking for Bigfoot. Does Bigfoot travel the waterways? Right here on my left, there's a creek. You can't see it right now, but it's right down over that bank. You can learn a lot about this area right here as you're walking up this trail. If there is a Bigfoot that travels this down through here, or even this trail here, you will see a few things out of the ordinary. You would see high lifts in the trees that would be bent over as a marker. You would see possible footprints in the grass or in the mudded parts of the grass. You would see where something would be eating off of the tree, these fruit trees. And, you know, there would be indications that a Bigfoot is definitely around in this area. We're close to urban area. Bigfoot does come to these spots. Okay, so I want to show you this. Right down over this bank here. This is a trail. It looks like somebody has went down in there. Shirt down in there, so somebody has been down and probably swimming. So down here is the creek, or part of the creek that goes up. That's a little steep for me with wearing the shoes I have on, but so this is the creek that is close to the trail. The trail's here, the creek's here. Bigfoot could walk up and down these creeks, especially being this low. It's easier for him. Now, here's the $1,000,000 question. When does Bigfoot travel these? Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. Nobody has ever fixed any certain time of Bigfoot activity. It always runs. You know, it always runs during the day, at night, you know. But I would indicate mostly probably in an area like this. In an area like this would possibly be, I'd say early in the mornings and real early before daylight, and at night. Later in the night, evenings and stuff, when there's nobody around or anything. Hey, there's a rock. I'm hearing something over here. This is like breaking or something. That was interesting, I was hearing that. Now these trees that are all broke up like this and everything, this is natural. This is all natural, the way this tree down and stuff. This is natural. Alright, let's continue walking. So we're going to go down this spot down here, get down close to the creek, just take a gander and see what activities we see. But you always got to remember, that Bigfoot's gonna travel in several different ways, and he's not always going to just come out and let everybody know he's around, for sure. So when you're looking at areas like this, detailed areas like this, and you see that this is broken off, stuff like this, and then this was human, human activity that did this. Of course, so close to the trail. And see this open field like this, you wouldn't find Bigfoot down in this field. You would find him over here, right where I'm at, looking out. And it's very easy for him to come up through from the creek, coming up on this side. But when you find stuff like this is not Bigfoot. This is definitely okay. So this is like a little washout here. Go down through here, look around. See this, how this is X'd like this? This was brought together as human activity did this. That's human activity going back, all the way in the back there. I mean, there's some rocks here. Something fell. Okay, so we're looking at this. Okay, so I found something very unusual. Very interesting, unusual. There's somebody standing right there, sitting right there on the side. So check this out. Right here, here. It's where somebody was getting in here. Somebody was digging like this. Somebody moved this. So that's handprint, or hands that did that. Okay, so we're moving up along this side too. The creek is right here. So we're just moving up this way, checking this all out. See what type of activity we got here. There's not really much going on down in through this way. There's some people down there fishing and stuff. But we're just looking for any possible signs of Bigfoot. So we're going to continue up the creek and see what we get. Alright, here's another possible great food source for a squatch. Right there. Peach tree. These are peaches that the university planted. Heck yeah. Good old-fashioned peach tree. Another squatch element for food. So all you want to do is you want to see something like this, okay? And then you want to look around a little bit just to see if there's any more squatches around in this area, or if there's any squatches in this area. So this is a nice area. You can sit right here, look straight down that creek. If you want to do a little bit of a squatching at night, you can sit right here and just see if you see anything down that way. And the same way it goes up the creek as well. So you can like probably sit right here, facing up this way and this way. You got two both ways. If you want to do a little bit of squatching yourself. Heck, who's gonna know? If anybody asks, you're just sitting there relaxing. You got a lot on your mind. You're just sitting there watching the water run. You know what I mean? Anybody can do squatching, Bigfoot, and going out looking for Bigfoot. You know, without anybody knowing about it. It could be your little secret. So what you do is when you come to this area like this, okay, what you want to do is you want to look on this side over here, up on the side of this bank right here, and you want to see if you can see any imprints from your vision from this location. Anything that looks like a footprint. Now, so close to the road, so close to the public, it could be somebody over there, especially now in August, with their bare feet in the water, swimming. So it's always nice to go over, try to get in there, try to get over there and see if it has an impression like a Bigfoot has. You know, does it have the dermal ridge? Does it have the metatarsal break? You know, you just want to look at several different key factors. Is it 100%, you know, a possible Bigfoot print when you do detect something like that? Other than that, you just scan around, see if there's any tree breaks, any high tree breaks, like anything that was bent over or twisted or anything else around these areas. Now, being human, humans would twist and break as well. And You know, I have seen that happen, where people would actually twist branches and stuff like that, but it was so low. But if you see something 6 foot, 7 foot high, twisted and deformed and stuff like that, there's definitely an indication it's possible Bigfoot in that area. So this time, let's head up the route to find a little bit of squatchy activity. I'm gonna get up in this area way up here, closer to the woods where the creek is. There should be some Bigfoot activity around in that area. If they're here, if they're around, we'll find it. Alright, so for sure, woods a little bit here. This area. People have been back in here. You want to look for any kind of footprint in these little blood sloughs or sluices like that. Slouches. This is weather related. That's a bicycle. It looks like a print of a bicycle here. There's a lot of different footprints here. Different ones. Of course, humans have been here. It's a trashed area. If I was a Bigfoot, I would be right up on this side high bank right here, hanging out. Just looking for a little bit of prints, possible Bigfoot prints in this area. Little trail here, possible human, but you can see it goes up a little high right here. A little extra higher right there. I mean, that could be a possible squatch that's sneaking through there. You can see how those are together. Could be. You gotta figure, you know, these things are what, 7 foot, 8 foot high. Well, all of this higher ground right here is where, if I was a squatch, that's exactly where I would be. Right up on the high point. Best time to come into an area like this is at night for sure. You just come down in here like this area here. Watch out for people though, you know. Come down in here and just wait it off, or just cross the creek, go on this side where there's nobody at, and do an expedition right on this side, or an investigation of Bigfoot on this side. This is very interesting. Now, a lot of times, Bigfoot they'll set up some type of a structure on the side of the creeks to let other squatches know this is a good fishing area, this is a good feeding area. And I mean, I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary. For sure, maybe these trees down here are pulled over, but that looks like weather related for sure. But I don't see anything in this general area. It's like a warning sign. I mean, maybe these sticks right here that are going in between this tree, but I don't really see anything that targets Bigfoot. you know, that says, hey, well, Squatch was here, you know. So beautiful though. But you could just see an 8-foot, ape-like type creature coming down through here at 2 o'clock in the morning, just walking down through, you know, picking over, you know, flipping over, you know, these rocks right here, and getting the crayfish that are under them. You know, a lot of these rocks have crayfishes, or crayfish, meaning little crabs under them. Now, I don't know if this one has this. Yeah, this might have something in it, because you can see an opening right here. So this one might have a crayfish under it. Let's see. Go real gentle. No, that one doesn't, surprisingly. But this is what Bigfoot does, man. Gets down in here and picks up these rocks and try to detect any source of food that could be laying underneath of some of these rocks. So, you know, that's what he does. You know, and there's a lot of things that lay under him that is edible for a Squatch, but I don't see anything in this generator. So right here's crayfish. See him right there? Right in the water. I just picked this rock up and he is right there. So seriously, what a Squatch could do is he could get down like this and zap. Of course, he's faster than me. What they do, they you know, flip over the rocks, see a crayfish, get in there, grab the crayfish, eat it, move on. Grab another crayfish, eat it, move on. Grab another one, eat it, move on. I mean, I just found that one right there, and almost like 3 seconds. It's like pretty easy to find. This is such a good feeding area. A Squatch will come down through here like this. You know, he'll also pick all this, you know, these crayfishes out of the ground, or, you know, all of these, I'm say crayfish, but okay, crabs, freshwater, freshwater crabs, I should say that. They would take them out of the, you know, out of the rocks and stuff like that, and then they will go over onto the banks over here, and they will put their hands up underneath of the banks to possibly get, I don't know, a squirrel or something that's an animal of some sort that's hiding up underneath the banks, snakes, whatever, you know. So it's a big source of food, that's for sure. So this is the creek. This is the Tuna Creek. Comes up straight from the, this is one of the branches. I think there's West Branch, and then there's East Branch to Unaguant and stuff. But this is one of them. And this travels all the way up through. And it comes from the Allegheny River is where it actually comes from. And the Allegheny River is probably around 10, 15, yeah, about 15, 20 miles that way. About 15 miles that way. So it branches all up, and you know, I mean, and then there's a mountain here way up there. There's a mountain. I mean, we're only probably around 150 yards away from a mountain, 200 yards probably, and easy access for them to come down across the road, come down into the creek, and then travel the creek and get all the food sources they possibly can get. And I don't know this. Like I said, I don't know the times that they do it, but it could be early morning, late at night, during the day. I don't know. But I do know that this is definitely a good hot spot to look if you're a researcher for a possible Bigfoot traveling through. Do I truly give it, you know, what percentage do I give it? Do I give it a 50, 60, 70, 80% chance that a Bigfoot is here now? I mean, for right now, no. I give it probably about a 30% chance that a Bigfoot will travel this in the next 24 hours. But that 30% can go all the way up to 120 in a second, because nobody can predict the certain times of travel. They just can't. It's impossible. Unless you're right on the back door of a Bigfoot, then you can. For sure, because then you'll always know. But what percentage do I give it that they're traveling waterways and creeks and everything? The percentage that I give that they do travel creeks, streams, you know, and that includes streams coming down off of the mountains and stuff, you know, fresh little spring runoffs and stuff. I give it, honestly, 150%. Truthfully, when you jump on Google and you jump on all the sightings that have happened in the state of Pennsylvania, just look up Bigfoot sighting map on Google and go into images and check it out, and you will see, truthfully, of how many sightings that there has been near waterways. And that includes somebody's pond out back of their house, that includes creeks like this, that includes, you know, everything, little streams, little this, little that. You'll be amazed on the sightings that people have had, you know, on that map. I couldn't believe it, because there's like, oh, there's a creek going up through here, there's a creek down through here, there's a creek over there. You know, just about a week ago, this individual driving a semi-truck seen a Bigfoot stand up on the side of the road and then get back down in one of the backwoods areas way down south in Pennsylvania, and on the border of Pennsylvania, Virginia, I think it is. And he said he stood up, and I said, okay, what kind of waterways are there? You know, is there springs, creeks? And he's like, there's creeks everywhere. And boom, it's like bam, right in my head, you know. It could have been down into the creeks, getting food, and then get up, try to go up on the bank, picking blackberries. There could have been blackberries there, or some kind of other food source along that side of that road. All of a sudden, boom, there goes the truck, there goes him, standing up, getting down, and it happens, man. It happens. So truthfully, 150%. I give it 150% that a Squatch will definitely travel, and not only just travel the creeks, but they use them for food. So I give it a high percentage for sure. And, you know, honestly, if people want to try to find Bigfoot, you know, it's the best place to start. It's near the creeks, waterways. But down here, I don't see anything but trash and humans. That's all I see. So that's it, folks. Heading out, and hopefully it answers some questions. Hopefully I, you know, answer some questions, you know, that you've had to figure out about Bigfoot and waterways. But it is interesting no matter what. So keep it squatchy, and we'll see you next time.